Okay, so if you look at this book, this is a cookbook that was put out in 1951, and the recipe for verivorstid is that long. The recipe that we used as a basis is from Karin Annus's cookbook, Estonian Tastes and Traditions, and then it's that much longer because here the author didn't think it was necessary to tell people how to make sausages. She just assumed that they knew, and when we wrote the thing over, it's that much longer, so it just becomes more and more precise as we advance, because we don't all know how to make sausages. And this gives, the equipment you need and all of those things. Now, we started making these, and I figured out it was in the year 2009 or 10, approximately. And it was one Christmas we had received these sausages that had an odd flavor, and you couldn't really figure it out. And then it was mint, mint. And it's like, did they reach for the marjoram and pull the mint jar out instead? But then I found in this cookbook, which was released in 2009, there's a verivorsti recipe in here, and it says, dried peppermint gives a special taste to Vaike's blood sausages. So somebody was following this recipe for that. And then we said enough, and we started making our own sausages. So that's how this whole tradition got started. So I guess that makes it about 10, 25, 15, 16 years, something like that we've been making them. I never figured it out before, but that tells us. Okay, so this is a many-step process that we make the sausages out of. Of course, the prep work that has to be done the days before, making the barleys and collecting all the equipment and buying all the supplies. But once we get here, we first of all mix in my dining room. My dining room has a granite table, which is indestructible, which is why we work on it. And so first of all, we mix the white sausage and the blood sausage mixtures into a big bowl. We usually have about 12 people, and we have the same crew pretty well every year, so everyone knows what their job is. Hilja is in the kitchen always doing the boiling. She's the boil master. And then there's the ones who have nimble fingers and are adept at tying the little strings into the sausages. Me, I just run around. I don't know. I don't do much. Ingrid?
Well, now it's more to me.
This is a mixture of garlic, oregano, thyme, pepper, marjoram, of course, which is vorstirohi in Estonian, which is, I'm going to just leave some of the spices aside now, and we'll taste, we'll fry it, do a little fry up, and then taste whether if something is missing or not. Now, salt, I haven't added salt. No.
Yeah, but the meat's got salt in it.
And we also used to think that originally they only had marjoram.
That's
maybe
true.
A little bit of salt.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about how the recipe has evolved, I mean, we put in more spices that are now easily obtained. When you think about that, so the idea of garlic and all the other ones, those would have never been
on the table. Yeah,
when
that's
they were
right.
First made, so.
Yeah. The woman who buys the blood had a problem with it one year in that she had put the frozen blood into her fridge and woke up in the morning and the blood had all melted, flowed over, and her floor was covered in blood. So now it arrived frozen, and we're trying to you can see the chunks there, try to melt it. Now, the fact is, I think that this place that sells the frozen blood uses cheap containers, because today one of them split while we were trying to melt it in the water bath there, and we lost half a container of blood. I have to toss that and put new water in there for boiling the sausages. So the sausages might not be have the same flavor they have every other year. It's just one of those things. Then we set up the sausage stuffing machine, and all the stuffing happens in the dining room. Then we have these couriers who run it to the kitchen, and we have two roasting pans there with hot water and boiling water with bay leaves, and we cook them. The white sausages we poke first of all with skewers in order that they don't burst, but we don't do that with the blood sausages because then the water would become really messy. And we cook them for about 5 minutes, and then we take them down the steps outdoors. Set up these rebars from one corner of the fence to the other and hang them out there to dry or to cool off. And then there's really no time frame for that. It's just when they're cool, then they're done.